Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Sandal College Voice Section Online Class Second Year. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Here is Akhtar Saeed, your English teacher. Today we are going to discuss a very informative and world famous novel of class intermediate part 2, that is Goodbye Mr. Chips. Today we'll discuss chapter number 2 of the novel. But before embarking on the discussion, I would like to tell you something about the writer of the novel Goodbye Mr. Chips and the novel itself. Goodbye, Mr. Chips has been written by James Hilton. James Hilton was an English novelist and journalist. He is best remembered for several bestsellers, including Lost Horizon and Goodbye, Mr. Chips. In 1938, he had moved to America and then he stayed there in America till his death and wrote Hollywood screenplays. He also won an Academy Award in 1942. Academy Award को आस्कर अवार्ड भी कहा जाता है और ये एंटरटेनमेंट की दुनिया का, फिल्मी दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा अवार्ड माना जाता है फॉर हिज वर्क ऑन द स्क्रीन प्ले ऑफ मिसिस मिनेवर बेस्ड ऑन द नॉवल बाय जैन स्ट्रदर. नाउ लेट्स डिस्कस द ब्रीफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ द नॉवल. गुडबाय मिस्टर चिप्स इज़ अ नॉविला. नॉविला डियर स्टूडेंट्स एक शॉर्ट नॉवल को कहते हैं जो फुल लेंथ नॉवल की तरह नहीं होता. अबाउट द लाइफ ऑफ अ स्कूल टीचर मिस्टर चिपिंग एंड हिज लॉन्ग टेन्योर एट ब्रुकफील्ड स्कूल. डियर स्टूडेंट्स ब्रुकफील्ड स्कूल इज़ अ फिक्शनल माइनर ब्रिटिश बॉयज़ बोर्डिंग स्कूल. बोर्डिंग स्कूल को रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल भी कहा जाता है यानी अकामती इदारा. ऐसे इदारे जहाँ स्टूडेंट्स और स्टाफ उधर ही कैंपस पे रहते हैं उन्हें बोर्डिंग स्कूल या रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल कहा जाता है. लोकेटेड इन द फिक्शनल विलेज ऑफ ब्रुकफील्ड इन द फैनलैंड्स. Little Brown and Company USA first published Goodbye Mr. Chips in June 1934 and it attracted a lot of people across the world. Then it was also published by Hodder and Stoughton UK in October 1934. It is amazing that 15,000 copies were sold on the day of its publication. It has been adapted into 2 cinema films, 2 television presentations, radio and theatre as well. James Hilton portrayed his teacher William Henry Belgarny as Mr. Chips. Mr. Belgarny served at the Leys School, Cambridge. ये वो स्कूल है जहाँ जेम्स हिल्टन खुद पढ़ते थे और ये नावल उन्होंने अपने टीचर विलियम हेनरी बेलगार्नी को ट्रिब्यूट पेश करने के लिए लिखा. एक और मौका पर जेम्स हिल्टन ने कहा कि इस नावल की इंस्पिरेशन उनके अपने फादर की तरफ से भी आई जो खुद एक अच्छे इदारे के हेडमास्टर भी थे. Dear students, page number 4 of your novel Goodbye Mr. Chips, chapter number 2. Here we'll discuss 2 questions. Number 1, where was Brookfield situated? Number 2, what was the status of Brookfield School? Question number 1 starts here. Across the road behind a rampart. Rampart means fence, embankment, जिसे हम बाड़ कहते हैं. of ancient elms. Ancient means very old. Elms दरख्त हैं यानी बहुत कदीम दरख्तों की बाड़ के पीछे ले ब्रुकफील्ड. Russet. Russet means reddish brown. The building of Brookfield was reddish brown under its autumn mantle of creeper. Mantle means cover, क्लोक यानी ये बिल्डिंग एक क्रीपर में बेल में छुपी हुई थी. अ ग्रुप ऑफ 18th century building centered upon a quadrangle. Quadrangle means square. It was square in shape and there were acres of playing fields beyond. It means there were grounds for the students beyond. Then came a small dependent village. Dependent village means backward village, underdeveloped village and the open fen country. Fen means low wetland. Here, second question starts. What was the status of Brookfield School? Brookfield, as Weatherby had said, was an old foundation established in the reign of Elizabeth. In the reign of Queen Elizabeth, reign means rule. As a grammar school, it might, with better luck, have become as famous as Harrow. Harrow is a world famous school. It was founded in 1572 in London under the royal charter granted by Queen Elizabeth I. Its luck, however, had been not so good. The school went up and down, dwindling. Dwindling means declining, deteriorating, यानी उसका म्यार कम होता गया, almost to non-existence. Non-existence means vanish, disappear at one time, becoming almost illustrious. Illustrious means famous, renowned at an other. Two questions may be discussed here. Number one, in whose reign was its main structure rebuilt? Number two, what was Weatherby's major role in the school? Question number one starts here. It was during one of these later periods in the reign of the first George. Remember the first George, that the main structure of Brookfield School had been rebuilt and large additions made. From here, second question starts, that is, what was Weatherby's major role in the school? Later, after the Napoleonic Wars, dear students, I want to tell you that the Napoleonic Wars were a series of wars fought between France, led by Napoleon Bonaparte, and certain European powers, financed and led by UK. The Napoleonic Wars started on May 18, 1803 and ended on November 20, 1815, and until mid-Victorian days. Dear students, Victorian age is one of the brilliant ages in the world's history. It is marked with progress, development and style. Victorian age spreads over a large period of 63 years from 1837 to 1901. It has been divided into three different phases: early Victorian age, mid-Victorian age, and late Victorian age. The mid-Victorian age that has particularly been mentioned in this novel started from 1851 to 1875, and during this period, after Napoleonic Wars and the start of mid-Victorian days, the school declined again. The standard of the school declined. स्कूल का जो म्यार था वो एक मरतबा फिर गिर गया, both in numbers and repute. Repute means fame, शोहरत. Weatherby, a legendary headmaster who came in 1840, restored means reinstated, returned its fortunes somewhat. But its subsequent history, subsequent successive following बाद में आने वाली history never raised it to first rank status. It was nevertheless a good school of the second rank. Several notable families, notable, distinguished, prominent families supported it. Here we'll discuss three questions. Number one, what type of people did Brookfield produce? A very important question. Number two, what did snobbish people confess about Brookfield? Number three, why had Brookfield taken Mr. Chips as a teacher? All the questions are very important from the examination point of view. Question number one starts here. What type of people did Brookfield produce? It supplied fair samples. Fair samples means a large number of history-making men of the age, judges, members of parliament, colonial administrators, a few peers. Peer means lords, aristocrats, amir log, and bishops. Mostly, however, it turned out merchants, manufacturers, and professional men with a good sprinkling means handful, काफ़ी ज़्यादा तादाद में, with a good sprinkling of country squires. Squires means landlords, and parsons. Parsons means priests, preachers, religious leaders. It was the sort of school which, when mentioned, here second question starts, what did snobbish people confess about Brookfield? It was the sort of school which, when mentioned, would sometimes make snobbish people, snobbish means arrogant, haughty. Confess means taslim karna, acknowledge, admit that they rather thought they had heard of it. From here third question starts, that is, why had Brookfield taken Mr. Chips as a teacher? But if it had not been this sort of school, it would probably not have taken Chips. For Chips, in any social or academic sense, was just as respectable but no more brilliant. Brilliant means excellent, bright than Brookfield itself. Both were of second rank. Here we'll discuss two questions. Number one, was Mr. Chips an ambitious teacher, and what was his ambition? Again, a very important question from the examination point of view. Number two, how did he come to know his limitations? It had taken him some time to realize this at the beginning, not that he was boastful. Boastful means proud, haughty. Haughty is a word that is included in your MDCAT vocabulary, and I have given a lot of synonyms and antonyms of haughty in the description link below. You can also consult that. Are conceited. Conceited means self-important, snobbish. Both are synonymous to each other. But he had been in his early 20s as ambitious. Ambitious means aspiring, as most other young men at such an age. His dream had been to get a headship eventually. Eventually means finally, ultimately, or at any rate, a senior mastership in a really first class school. It was only gradually. Gradually means slowly. From here, the second question starts. How did he come to know his limitations? It was only gradually, after repeated trials. Trials means tests, challenges, and failures, that he realized his inadequacy. Inadequacy means insufficiency, incapacity, inability of his qualifications. His degree, for instance, was not particularly good, and his discipline, though good enough and improving, was not absolutely reliable. Reliable means trustworthy, dependable under all conditions. He had no private means and no family connections of any importance. Dear students, here we'll discuss two questions. Number one, why did Mr. Chips not move elsewhere to better himself? Number two, what status did Mr. Chips enjoy during his career? Question 1 starts here. About 1880, after he had been at Brookfield a decade, he began to recognize that the odds means chances, possibilities, were heavily against his being able to better himself by moving elsewhere. तो उसने सोच लिया कि अब मैं कहीं और नहीं जा सकता, मेरे लिए चांसेस नहीं है कि मैं कहीं और जाके जॉब करूं, तो उन्होंने सोच लिया कि अब इधर ही रहना है और सेटल डाउन हो गए. बट about that time also, the possibility of staying where he was began to fill a comfortable niche. Niche means place, position in his mind. From here, the second question starts, that is, what status did Mr. Chips enjoy during his career? At 40, he was rooted, settled. Settled means adjusted and quite happy. At 50, he was the doyen of the staff. Doyen means senior member. At 60, under a new and youthful head. This youthful head refers to Mr. Ralston, who was the headmaster of Brookfield, and he was young headmaster of only 37 years of age, and we'll read about Mr. Ralston in chapter 10 of the novel. He was Brookfield. Mr. Chips was Brookfield, the guest of honor at old Brookfieldian dinners, the court of appeal in all matters affecting Brookfield history and traditions. Dear students, here we'll discuss two questions. Number one, when did Mr. Chips retire and what was he presented with on this occasion? Number two, where did Mr. Chips live after his retirement? and in 1913, actually it was in July 1913 when he turned 65 he retired. वो 60 years पे रिटायर नहीं हुए थे, वहाँ मिस्टर रॉल्स्टन के साथ एक बड़ा झगड़ा डेवलप हो गया था। तो सब लोगों ने, बल्कि बोर्ड ऑफ गवर्नर्स ने भी मिस्टर चिप्स का साथ दिया था और रॉल्स्टन का साथ नहीं दिया था। उन्होंने मिस्टर चिप्स से कहा था कि आप जब तक चाहें यहाँ जॉब कर सकते हैं। तो ये फिर 65 years की एज में जाके अपनी मर्जी से रिटायर हुए थे। And in 1913, when he turned 65, he retired, was presented with a check and a writing desk and a clock, and went across to the road to live at Mrs. Wicket's. तो मिसिज विकेट्स के यहाँ इन्होंने जाके रहना शुरू कर दिया था। A decent career. Career means professional life decently closed. 3 cheers. 3 cheers is a term that is used in residential institutions. इसमें ये किसी की ऑनर के लिए, किसी को रेस्पेक्ट देने के लिए, किसी को इज्जत देने के लिए 3 cheers शाउट किए जाते हैं। एक बच्चा अमूमन द हेड बॉय ऑफ द स्कूल कहता है हिप हिप और बाकी सारे बच्चे कहते हैं हुर्रे। ये एक बड़ा ही शानदार मंजर होता है जब ये 3 cheers पुकारे जाते हैं। 3 cheers for old chips. They all shouted at that uproarious end of term dinner. Uproarious means noisy, tumultuous. Tumultuous is the synonym of uproarious, but it is also included in your MDCAT vocabulary, and I have given a lot of synonyms and antonyms of tumultuous with certain other information in the description link below. You must consult that also after this video lecture. 3 cheers indeed, but there was more to come. An unguessed. Unguessed means unexpected, unseen. Epilogue. Epilogue means conclusion. An anka. Encore means repeat performance on the demand of an audience. Played to a tragic audience. चूँकि मिस्टर चिप्स ने एक मर्तबा फिर आना है। That's all of today's lecture, dear students. I hope you might have enjoyed this lecture and you might have got some more information about Mr. Chips and Brookfield School. If you have any problem, if you have any question, you may comment in the comment section below. I'll be there to answer your questions. Till some next lecture, take a very good care of yourself and your dear ones. Thank you very much.